Okay, I'm filming this interview with John Longmire with the panel. Very good. So forgive me if it's one wavering about.
Welcome to Jason Dunstall, David King and Joey Montagna. Guys, there is some electricity in the air tonight.
We were here 2 weeks ago. It's the best atmosphere I have ever experienced at the SCG. As we get the coach of the Swans back in again. Let's not talk about what we're thinking. Let's get straight to the coach, Sarah.
Absolutely. John, welcome. You've played in 4 preliminary finals and coached 5. What is it that makes them so nerve-wracking, so unique and so special?
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate to be able to do that. They're special games, aren't they? There's a lot at stake. They're very hard to win, always high pressure. The top 4 teams are always involved. They're usually ripping games of footy. So, I'm sure it'll be another one tonight. We play a very good team and really looking forward to it.
What did the week off allow you to do? And once you find your opponent, how then do you tailor the training according to that?
Yeah, we watched them on Friday night and watched the game and obviously went right down to the wire, but then we trained on Saturday morning and had a bit of a run then and had a good workout and had a good session, and then really we sort of we look at what they do well, and they're a very good team. We start to formulate our plans over the weekend and really lock it away on Wednesday.
How is it that they've won the last 8 horse? Just run me through what's happened there. Do they do something specifically that attacks you?
I think you sort of probably might be looking a bit too much into it. They're a good team. There's nothing real specific about it. They're a good team. They're hard. It's interesting that the last 8. But if you look into it, it's really the last 6. We've only played them once here, and so they've been a good team. We've played them mostly over in Adelaide. They're really tough to beat anywhere, let alone in Adelaide Oval. So they've been a really good team. The last time we played them was here last year. Was a really tight game. We had a ripping game of footy against them. We lost a couple with injury early in the game, but it's sort of the last 6 this will be the second time we've played them here.
John, do you have to reference that with the boys just to make sure that while everyone in the footy world's talking about it, that it's not subliminally going into their minds?
You just mentioned it. I mean, to be fair, you guys probably talk about it more than we do. We look about what we can control, to be honest, and a lot of these guys haven't played for that long, and so we look at what's in front of us and what we can control during the week, and we can't control what happened 8 years ago, but we can control what happens tonight.
Sorry, John, guilty. Just getting on to Isaac Heaney, game 200 today. What a special final he played here a couple of weeks ago. Just tell us a little bit about his evolution as a player and what he means to your group.
Yeah, he's a pretty special player. Obviously, everyone sees his talent, but everyone probably doesn't realise how hard he is and how hard he works at his craft. He's the first on the track, and you always got to kick him off. I always like those players. Clearly, we all do that. The talent to work so hard, and he works really hard. He works so hard. He's hard in the contest. He's a hard runner. He's a great mark, as we know, but he's very clean. And so, he's had a terrific season this year. We thought we'd have to play him a bit more forward this season with losing Franklin, but to be able to have him in the midfield, what he's done has been superb.
You got another bloke that chalks up 250 tonight. I suspect he's a hard work as well, but a little bit different. Dane Rampy, a little bit different to the normal player we've probably seen. What sort of role does he get tonight?
Yeah, he's said a few things over the years. He might agree with you there, Jason. No question about that. He's an unbelievable player. Like, he's been incredible. He missed 4 drafts. He came into the system as a 22-year-old. He's a massive competitor, as we all know. But he's got a great mix of speed and endurance. But he's also a terrific person. He's one of those guys that walks into your coach's office and says, "How you going?" which doesn't happen too often. But he's one of those guys. He's got a great balance of knowing when to turn the switch on to compete and knowing that when to care about people.
What's special about this group? I mean, we're in a prelim final. They've had a fantastic start there. The first 12 weeks were just unbelievable. Been up and down since. An amazing last quarter a couple of weeks ago. What is it about this group that gives you such confidence that not only can they win tonight, but go on and win the lot?
Oh, well, we've still got this in front of us, haven't we, King? I mean, I don't get caught up in it, to be honest. Well, I just think they're a really good group. They've got a good mix of spirit and spunk and work rate. Through the hub period, we were fortunate to have a pretty good experience through that. As tough as what it was for a lot of clubs, we had a younger group coming through that time, and we got really connected when we were living away for a couple of years, and we enjoyed the experience, and I think that sort of carried through now to this group, and that younger group have a great connection amongst the staff and amongst themselves, and that's been really valuable to see.
about tonight's game from your perspective? What's the key? Where do you think the game's going to be won and lost?
Oh, I think it's always in the contest. You know, last time Port were unbelievable in the contest. You know, they were incredible. Both last time they played us, but also last time, last week they were fantastic in the one-on-ones. They won the majority of them, and that gets down to being hard and tough early. You've got to make sure you do that. There's no question they're a forward half team. You've got to, when the ball's in your defence, you've got to make sure you do the right things to get it out. And when you get it out, you might have an opportunity to score, but you've got to do it. And it's not easy against this team.
Kingy mentioned that amazing last quarter a couple of weeks ago, but you probably were outplayed for the first 3 quarters. Has it frustrated you that you haven't been able to play the games on your terms the way you did in the first half of the season?
Oh, I think it's a pretty big ask, Jason. You're playing the best teams. It's a pretty big ask to just put the foot down from day one and
you can't keep playing one great quarter and
you're probably taking a bit away from GWS, to be honest. GWS are really good.
I'm also giving you a lot of credit because you're one of the best teams too, John.
Yeah, we are, but they're all tight. It's so tight, mate. It's incredible, the competition. It's so tight, and you're just not going to have it your way the whole time. The opposition are going to have it their way, and I wish we could do it that way all the time. Believe me, I wish we could do it.
Is he upsetting?
It's a bit harder than that.
Is he upsetting?
No, it's just tough. It's a tough
bit angry, Lewis.
No, we played on each other a couple of times.
He got angry then. How'd you go?
No, good.
He was hard.
John, we really appreciate you coming up. You're so relaxed. I don't know how you're so relaxed because I'd be stressed out of my mind. But you've got such a good team, and we can't wait to see you in action tonight. Best of luck from all of us at Fox Footy.
Nice to be with you. Thanks.
Good luck, mate. Well done.
Kingy, if it came down to it in a fight there between Horse and Chief.
I'm not going up against Horse.
No, who's your teammate? Whose back have you got? The former premiership teammate or your current teammate?
I like to back winners, Sarah.
You wait and see how it pans out for a while.
No, I've seen him in the ring. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. I know you could get mangers, you get your mate over here in the UFC fight, but he's a different customer altogether.
Joey, that was really interesting what he said about the COVID times and the connection piece with the young players. I think that's the first time he's really spoken openly about that. And we see every premiership group has something special about them. They've got that level of connection. We saw it with Fly and Collingwood. We saw it at Richmond with Damien Hardwick and that new level of openness. I mean, it seems like they might have that special sauce.
I think it has something we've seen for a number of years. I can remember through COVID, Longmire, when he hugs the players as they come off, they do have that real connection with this group. So they are now ready. They've had the experiences. They've been through the grand final heartbreak a couple of years ago. They've played a lot of footy and come through the academy as well, a fair few of them together. So this is a tight-knit group. They are close. They up here in New South Wales, away from sort of the main footy spotlight, and they're playing like it.
There's an edge to him tonight. I mean, that's not the John Longmire that we've had through the year. You can feel it. The talk about 8 in a row almost sort of prodded him a little bit there. He reared up at that. He was alarmed a little bit about us talking them down, Jason.
Well, he continually defers to the opposition are very good.
Yeah.
And they are. We're at the pointy end of the season.
Yeah.
So there's not much in these games, and he probably knows they can't afford to do what they did a couple of weeks ago. If they get controlled for 3 quarters, this game might be beyond them. But if they can match them in a few areas, I think he was impressed with what he saw from Port last week, the way he was speaking. So it augurs well for a great game tonight.
Well, the stakes are so high. It's a preliminary final, and we've seen throughout history some of the best games of football come on preliminary final weekend. We're going to check in with the Port Adelaide coach now, Ken Hinkley, in his 4th preliminary final. Here is our very own Dermot